Hey, well, that went a bit wrong. I was playing something else, but I uploaded the wrong video. Never mind. I'm here. Hopefully, today, this stream, I will be here for my full 45 minutes, unlike last week where I had to cut it short. One, because the police were here. And secondly, we had a little first aid incident down in Beaver. So I had to dash off very quickly. So the stream was only a few seconds. Someone missing? No, I'm here. I'm here. Don't panic. Don't panic, Jeremy. I'm here. I was meant to play another video, but somehow that video played. But hey ho, I'm here. It's all good. I'm going to be talking about why I won't be a scout leader for much longer. That's the kind of main reason for my vlog tonight about why I'm not going to be a scout leader. Probably end of the year. Might be not here. We'll find out in a few seconds. I'm just going to change my camera, actually. Sorry to be pain in the bum. I'm just going to do something, hopefully. Hey, that's a bit better. Yeah, so we'll be talking about why I won't be wearing a uniform. Well, I will be wearing a uniform, but I won't be a scout leader. Probably by the end of the year. We'll be talking about that in just a few moments. We'll also be discussing this bad boy. Where are we? We're going here. We'll be talking about Guild Warrior Union 2022. We'll be talking about that in the next couple of minutes. And I think that is all that my stream is planned for tonight. We're going to go with a flow, see what happens, see who's going to text in or answer me a question or whatever. Andrew's in the house. Hey, Andrew, how you doing, man? Hope you're all good. Hope you're all doing well. Yeah, I've got some exciting news. I've got a bit of a new national role. I was involved in that sometime during the week. Can't remember what it was, when it was. But doing a video conference, a video meeting about how I can get involved nationally, how Big Man in the Woods is going to get nationally in the UK with scouting and using my presence of social media and helping you guys with your training and your scout leader training. So we're going to be improving, not me, but I'm involved in the improving of the training of scout leaders and how it's presented and what information is needed while we're training. So that's all coming up very, very soon, and I might be able to briefly discuss it. Roger, how you doing, man? Hope you're doing well. Thank you very much for saying congratulations. Roger, I need to talk to you actually because I'm now being involved in another national role about first aid. Because of my medical role, I was asked if I could help start thinking about how first response is taught to scout leaders and how realistic is first aid taught in real situations. So, Roger, I need you on board on that as well. You're going to become a national role as well. This sounds very exciting. It does. It was an interesting video call with some members up high of how we can improve the scout leader training. So it's all good, you know. Harold's in the house. What's happening? Hot here. It is hot. It's sticky today rather than hot. Sticky London. We had a bit of thunderstorms during the week, so it's all good. So yeah, I'm not allowed to tell you too much about the new scouting program, okay, because it hasn't been officially announced, it hasn't been officially launched or anything like that. We're in the process of redesigning it, rebranding it, reworking everything else. So can't say much more at the moment, but when I'm allowed to, I will let you know. Omar's in the house. Omar, thank you very much for joining us. Last week you joined us, and then I had to dash off downstairs from the loft to go and help with this first aid incident. So Omar, stick around. We'll be here for about 45 minutes talking all things scouting. So that's quite cool. Matt, how you doing, Matt? Haven't heard from you for some time. Be good to catch up with you, man. It's all good. Yeah, Roger, it's really exciting about both the training and the first aid. We're trying to make the scout leader first aid more realistic. So rather than going to your lectures and just having paper charts and just talking about that, making proper scenarios as it should be, and trying to make the whole first aid more taught exactly the same way, because everyone does it all differently. So we're trying to make it both realistic and more teachable, because the new first aid guidelines that were coming out, we need to increase our hours. So It's all changed for 2023 for scout leaders. Definitely catch up soon. Yes, Matt, it'll be good. Dan's in the house. Hey, Dan, how you doing, man? I haven't spoken to you for a while. I need to speak to you. I've got some ideas I need from you. Gustavo, tudo bem? I was talking about you at work today to a Brazilian patient. It's all good. We'll come for you. Online training for the Scout emergency team in the Gambia. Nice. Omar, that'll be awesome. Be really good. I love to do some stuff. And Omar, let's touch base and we'll get you on Big Man in the Woods live. Gustavo, all good. It's been an interesting week. It's been a full-on week. I know some other people are talking nationally about re-changing things in Scouts. So I'm not going to say too much because I'm not allowed to say too much. And I always say too much. And then I get in trouble. Terry, how you doing, man? My friend, we were just talking about you. Yeah, it's all good. It's all good to see lovely Terry. Always done mine to RAC instead of first responder, a bit basic. Dave, it's going to be a... I don't know how we're going to solve the whole first aid. I think we need to make it more relevant. You know, I was in a debate. A discussion about first aid and how realistic it first. And you know, the stuff we're learning about. Are we going to actually treat? You know, so are we going to teach about sepsis? That's being taught, but things that aren't being taught are going to hit. You know, they're the things that we're going to face when we go camping. You know, the manual is a first aid guide. Absolutely right, Roger. But what I'm trying to say is, when we go to a first aid course, I'm a bit different because I'm medical, okay, and that's been my whole life. I was in St. John Ambulance as a badger at age 5, so you know. What do we need? 35 years of doing first aid and advanced first aid or whatever you want to call it in the hospital. So I see a lot and I deal a lot and I've probably seen everything that you can imagine. But when we go to first aid as a scout leader and we're getting taught about how to treat sepsis and stuff like that, you're like, as a scout leader, we're never going to do it. But this is first steps. You know, we're a first responder. We're trying to bridge the gap between the ambulance comes. So we're not going to treat sepsis, but can we treat heat stroke? Yes. Can we teach hypothermia? Yes. But these things aren't being taught on the first aid. They're now being taken out. And these are things that we should be taught rather than things that we aren't being treated. And it's all about, again, we use this word in Bush Scout a lot, context. It's all about context and treating and teaching the right thing. So I really don't understand why we're teaching certain stuff in first aid when it's completely irrelevant. This is the stuff that I deal with myself in a hospital. You know, we should be teaching things that we will actually come across either in the campsite or in the scout hall. You know, we had the police down last week. I'll talk about that in a few seconds. I'm getting wound up. I'm talking faster because when I'm passionate about something, I start swearing and I start speaking fast. And I'm not going to do swearing, but I'm speaking fast because I'm passionate about this. Tails, hey man, how you doing? Alison is here. I've made it. Waiting in the car park for netball. I don't know any netball lingo. I don't know any lingo, and that's like my netball impression of scoring a goal. Don't know. Cheryl, it seems weird that working in a school and doing the full 3-day training, you still have to do Scout's 6-hour course. No, you don't have to, Cheryl. You need to go to your training advisor, and depending on what first aid course you've done, if you've done like I was about to say a legit course, that's not right, but if you've done a recognized first aid course, so a St. John's Ambulance or a Red Cross, or it's been signed off from your school as a recognized first aid course, you should go to your local training manager and say, I've done my first aid training at school. Here's my certificate. It's a valid certificate for 3 years. You don't need to do the scout leader course, the first aid course. You don't need to do that at all. You've got to, as long as it's validated and it's a recognized first aid course, you don't need to redo the 6-hour training course at Scouts. That's doesn't make sense at all. So yeah, I would go back to your training manager, and then if that doesn't work, go to your DC, because you shouldn't have to redo your first aid course with Scouts. Yeah, Roger's asking why exactly. Please keep the bulk of the training leader live. In my opinion, we're guarding us by going online too much. Harold, welcome to my world, mate. I was talking about this just on the phone to my friend Terry, but I was actually talking about this on the national call about how much training is done online, and it is absolutely rubbish. Training online does not work at all. We don't get that interaction. This is like training now. Do you know what I mean? And you're only texting me, and I'm reading this text that can be misunderstood. I'm missing questions coming in, and it's just me talking here on my opinion. But when you're doing face to face, we're having a bit of a banter. I'm reading your body language. You're reading my body language. There's a question coming from here, a question coming from here. You guys can interact. You guys can talk. And if it's online, live is a bit better because you can fire the questions. But if you're doing a recorded training session, it's absolutely rubbish. And some things are dangerous. You know what I mean? If you're doing a first aid course online, no. So I 100% with you, Harold. I was talking to my friend Terry just a minute ago, just as I was driving to the Scout Hall, and we were talking about this, that the training shouldn't be online. Yes, there are pros and cons. That it's great that literally you can log online within 1 minute of starting the training, and then you don't have to drive an hour to the training center or wherever. That's great. But online training, it doesn't work. And I think this is where I'm getting involved in with Scout HQ. Unfortunately, Scout UK, Harold. This is where I'm getting involved in talking about that. Online training isn't, but how can we improve it? So it's going to get heated. But I think you're absolutely right, Harold. No. Allison's not. I'm guessing that's referring back to netball lingo. James, what said? Why practical skills and activities are so needed. Absolutely, James. I don't. It's like repeating the same thing, isn't it? Day in, day out. Reunion has gone from 2,500 to 500. No camaraderie with newer scouters. We're talking about reunion in just a short while. Let's just talk about training at the moment. I do like that mandatory available now online. However, Dave, what I'm trying to say, hang on. What I'm trying to say, and I said this openly on the call that I was doing with Scout HQ, is there is a time and a place for online training. I agree that it's great to have the option there, but I think the option should be face-to-face, more face-to-face than online. And it's easier to do it online, isn't it? I get that. And you can just press next. You don't really read the subject. You get to the test, bang out the test. If you get stuck on the answer, you can go to Google, type in the Google question, and there's the answer. Do I agree with it? No. I don't think you don't get that same interaction. You don't learn as much. And even when I do my personal mandatory training online for the hospital, some of the modules that I have to do are really boring, and I literally just have to press next. Do I take all that knowledge in? No. What I like about face-to-face scouting is that people will start shouting their ideas out and their experiences. Actually, I don't think that works. Have you tried X, Y, Z? So that's why I think face-to-face. But I agree what you're saying, Dave. There is an option to have it, but I think it depends what you're doing. If we're doing mandatory training such as GDPR, safeguarding, that kind of thing, do we need to do it face-to-face? Maybe not, but it's great to have the option. But there are some training courses that I don't think should be online. And one of those things that shouldn't be online is first aid. First aid is a practical skill. I've got my stuff here. This is heavy beast. I've got my Resus Anidolls in here. I've got 10 in here. Included in there is a training defib. How can you learn CPR online? You can't do it. You can't learn it, You can't learn it. I have a leader that works weekends, so can't go face-to-face training because it's always at the weekend. So online is the only thing that works for them. And that's why I'm telling you, the Gilwell Park, we can't do training all the time at the weekends. It doesn't work. And even for me, sometimes in my county, we're doing stuff in the evening more. They're doing quite a lot of modules in the evening during the week. So that's great. Training should be face-to-face, especially modules like safeguarding. There's me saying I don't think safeguarding should be face-to-face. You can safeguarding. Dominic, it's one of those 50-50, isn't it? You know, safeguarding isn't a practical thing, is it? But then again, you need to have that banter. If you've got a question, I guess so. And that's why I'm saying we should have some options. But I don't think there should be some things that shouldn't be online. Or they could be online, but you have to do it face-to-face. And that's what I'm talking about. First aid should be face-to-face, not online. Pastoral review as well. Currently, you only have to turn up. Oh, don't get me started on that, Roger. Don't get me started. Do not get me started. I remember when I did my first aid training, right? When I went to it for the first time, like 12, 13 years ago. And I remember sitting in the hall. Me and Roger are in the same county, by the way. I remember going to the first aid course, and the information that they gave was incorrect, was out of date. And there was me sitting there correcting the first aid trainers going, actually, that's out of date. That's not the right ratio. That's not how you deal with XYZ. And then that's when I learned that you only have to turn up to the first aid course and actively participate. There's no pass or fail. So you can just rock up there, drink a tea, think the answer's A, drink the tea, think the answer's B. That's it. Well done. You've done your first aid course. And now, I don't know. Maybe it's because I'm really passionate about first aid and the job that I do. I know that everyone should be taught this, and it's really difficult. And I think it should be taught in schools. It should be taught as a mandatory lesson, just like maths, English, and science and history. Is history mandatory? It is in primary school, isn't it? But I think first aid should be taught, and that's why I'm getting really passionate about it. And that's why I'm getting involved nationally to kind of campaign and kind of go, actually, it needs to be taught differently. So Julian's in Australia, and he is agreeing with us that face-to-face is so much better. I agree. Just you get that banter, don't you? And you get those ideas. Dave, definitely agree for first aid and general modules. We do more face-to-face with young leaders than adults at the moment. Absolutely, that's good. You cannot learn CPR online. I tried before, but did not work. I think the hardest thing for me, Omar, is because I've learned CPR, right, when I was 5 years old, back when I was doing St. John's and stuff, and I do it at work. First aid, do CPR, I don't know how many times a day. So I don't know how you learn it online, because I've always done it practically, and I can't see how you can learn it online, because you've got to get the effective, you've got to get the right depth, you've got to get people showing you that your angle is right. Yeah, because some people will just do CPR just like this, or some people just do it like this. There's a bit of a bend in your arms, you know, you can't have it like this. It's just a bit of a relax and a bit of a rocking motion kind of thing like this. And as the trainer, we're there to help you to tweak it. And as I do it every day, it's my job. I have loads of tricks of the trade, and you can't teach that online. Penelope, I've been to situation 2. It's embarrassing for both trainer and student. Joe, what have I missed? Joe, where I am ranting about training online, particularly first aid. That's what we're doing. That's what we're ranting about. And I promise we're going to move the subject very soon. I didn't think it was going to be this heated. We're going to turn it on to why I'm not going to be a scout leader at the end of the year. And we're going to touch on about Gilwell Park. But let's wrap this one up now. Right, Dominic is saying with safeguarding, it should be face-to-face, or at the very least, a questionnaire at the end that is pass, fail, and one try, rather than it be repeatable until you get 100% like it is now. It's a hard one. And Dominic, I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm not saying you're wrong at all, you know. But I think we should have options, shouldn't we? But there should be some modules that should not be done online. And for me, first aid should not be done online. Chris, all good, mate. I'm just ranting. I'm just ranting at the moment. Penelope said, the guide safe space training is now online, and you have a questionnaire at the end where you have to successfully answer 8% to pass. I don't get it. Some things aren't 80%. It's 100% pass rate. And that's what first aid should be, you know. But remember, first aid, we are just there until the ambulance comes. So we need to look about what we teach our leaders and things that we actually are going to deal with. So I really don't believe that we should be teaching sepsis and things like that. That's not Even for me in the hospital, that's a hard one to diagnose. You've got to get a whole load of things right. But we should be teaching about what we would find either in the scout hall or in a campsite. So, Mike, there's a knife here. We need to be teaching about lacerations, mainly because I cut my thumb on a saw. Which finger is it? On here. I was in the shed just the other day and I leant down and the saw cut me. Stings, especially in the hospital when I forget I got alcohol and I'm like, ah! So yeah, we can do lacerations, but we should, sadly, in London, we should be teaching about stabbings and how to deal with stabbings and stuff like that. I don't know. Just looking at that nasty spike on a dining shelter pole, we should be talking about if that gets penetrating, how to deal with that. There's a whole lot of things that we should be teaching, and there's things that we don't need to teach, Right. That's going to be my rant over about training online. Let's talk about very briefly, because I've got two things I want to talk about tonight. Let's talk about Reunion. So tickets have been announced that Reunion will be happening on the first weekend in September here in the UK. If you're watching around the UK, around the world, apologies. But Gilwell Park in Essex, Gilwell Reunion will be the first weekend in September. And tickets went live just during the week, and I will be there. It will be good. Rant over, speaks soon. Exactly, Roger. Cliff saying same problem in States. Online training isn't pass fail, so only one gets one puts into it. Sadly, I know that many just breeze through and get nothing. Yeah, I know. It's frustrating, but let's leave that in the past now. Let's move on to Reunion. So, yep, I will be there. Reunion, I'll be there as Bush Scout. I would have two ideas of what I want to do at Bush Scout. Either continue what I always do, which is really basic firelighting, showing leaders how to pass on those really basic skills of using fire stills and some other things. Or I'm in discussion with my mate Terry, who is the boss of Bush Scout, and that is doing some proper first aid skills. So I might go down that route of first aid. I need to talk to Terry, see what he wants me to do and what you guys want to do, because you're going to be there at Reunion as well. And I also will be doing some stuff as Big Man in the Woods. I'll be doing some vlogging and meeting you guys and doing lots of selfies and stuff. So that's all good. Jim's in the house. Hey, Jim, how you doing? You missed my rant, man. That's probably good timing you're tuning in now. You missed my rant. You missed my rant completely. I'm going to miss this one. Yeah, Omar, I don't know if they're streaming it online this year. I don't know what the plan is, but whatever it is. And if you're going to Reunion, heads up, there is no indoor accommodation anymore. Remember, Gilwell Park sold off the rooms to the hotel, which is now a separate company, nothing to do with Scout HQ, and they use it for conferences and weddings and stuff like that. So there is no accommodation anymore for Gilwell Park, whether that's Gilwell Reunion, Freezer Camp, Gilwell 24, any kind of Gilwell Park. There's no more indoor accommodations. So just to give you a big heads up, I think that first aid would be great, mate. Yeah, I think as a practical skill, that's what Bush Scout is all about. But historically, Bush Scout was or is about teaching those practical skills for camping, such as topology, tracking, fire, knife skills, campfire, cooking, topology, knots, that kind of thing. And I'm really thinking, and I've been talking about it for a few years actually to Terry before COVID on the last Reunion, that I'm really passionate about doing first aid. And I think we should, as Bush Scouts, should be doing some first aid stuff. So all well and good. I'm going to start doing some stuff for that, because I think that's what I should do. And as Big Man in the Woods, I haven't done anything about first aid on my channel, and I think I should. Do you guys agree? Do you think I should do a bit more first aid? Let me know. Dave, I haven't managed to get the Gilwell in for 10 years. I know the format changed a little. How have you found it more recently? Dave, we haven't had Gilwell Reunion for 2 years. The last one we did was 2019, and it was great. But the only practical things that were there to do was Bush Scout. There's a bit of scuba diving and stuff, but it's a lot of lectures and a lot of selling those stalls. I really like Reunion, mainly for networking, meeting lots of people. If you're going to go. Adrian just got back, getting supplies for the AGM at the weekend. Awesome. That's on a vlog that I'm going to record this weekend of how you can make AGMs more interesting. Terry is a legend, of course. Says it. You said it, man. You said it. Dan, I looked at Just Going Saturdays, booked in for the car show on Sunday. Too expensive for me a day. £23. What do I get for £23? What do you get for £23? You get to meet me. You get to meet me. There's a lot. There's loads of lectures you can go. There's workshops. There's free ideas. What I like, I always come back from a Gilwell getting new program ideas. You've got the lid which you can buy things, whether that's badges or kind of mugs, travel mugs, and personalized stuff, and neckers and stuff. And then you go on the training field where Bush Scout is, and Bush Scout will be there. And we have 2-3 massive parachutes under there. You can do a whole load of different sessions. We've run it differently last reunion, where you had to book in. But with Bush Scout, we teach you knife safety, the law, tracking, firelighting, cooking, loads of stuff like that. And then on the training field, there's 2 or 3 different marquees with different companies. So you might learn about how to take your scouts abroad, new scout camping sites, program ideas. That you get lots and lots of kind of leaflets given out with program ideas and how to stuff like that. And there's a whole lot of networking. And if you can stay for the night, 2 seconds, got a cough again. I've run out of brew. That's why I'm getting dry. I like reading for networking and meeting everyone. Dan, message me. That's all I say. Message me on that one, Dan. I might be able to help you out on that one. But yeah, I recommend if you can go to Gilwell, go for Gilwell. And if you can stay for the night, Saturday night, do it. It's really good for networking. Really love it, networking. Right, what I want to talk about is what I titled this vlog about, is why I'm no longer going to be a scout leader anymore. Oh, hang on. Got some more questions. What date is reunion? I've never actually been before. The reunion is the first weekend in September. I can't remember off the top of my head when it is. It's the first weekend in September. So it's like the Friday. You don't have to rock up on the Friday. Everything starts on the Saturday. Saturday. No, you only can't. People camp. Some people camp the week before, and they have a whole week at Gilwell. But I think the official time is something like 9 or 10 o'clock on Saturday, and then runs till Sunday afternoon, 3-4, something like that. But yeah, I love it. Penelope's asking, yes, please, to first aid on the channel. Okay, I'll do some first aid on Big Man of the Woods. No problem. I can do that. Jim, I'm booking out tickets at the weekend. Jim, nice one. Bush Scout will be there. Bush Scout will be at reunion. And Big Man of the Woods will be there. I'll be there. I will be there. What was I going to talk about? Hang on. Oh, yeah. Dominic, thank you very much. Friday the 2nd to Sunday the 4th. Thank you very much for that, Dominic. Yeah, first weekend in September. And it's great. For me, it's about networking and passing on those skills that we do at Bush Scout, but to a much bigger audience and people coming in and coming and going and stuff like that. Will you be broadcasting for reunion? I do stuff from reunion, Cliff. In the past, I've done some live sessions and stuff. Just a live kind of 5-minute streaming or whatever. Honestly, Cliff, it just depends how busy we are on the Bush Scout stand. And I try and vlog when I'm at reunion, and I normally end up with just a few minutes of vlog because I'm teaching, so it's really hard. But I will do my very best. I will see what I can do and do a bit more live streaming. It's an idea, and I now have the technology to make it even better. Harold, September the 9th, 10th, 11th at Blue Spring Scout Reserve here in Ontario. Nice. Is that an invite? I'd love to come across. Julian, our first aid course consists of some online covering the basics, but definitely has more practical bits. Definitely like to see your videos as a refresher. Yeah. So, Julian, how it works in the UK is that there's two ways of doing it. You can do an actual physical course, but I think they were trying to get over the whole COVID thing. And what they do now is the big, like you were just more or less saying, is there's an online first aid course that you do. I think that's kind of called the A. And then B, you go to another physical course and you literally go and do your CPR. So you're there for maybe 5 minutes, do the CPR, boop, 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 and then you, like I say, you never fail. No fail doing your first aid course, as long as you try. I'm not saying that's right, but that's how we do it in the UK. Derek's asking, yes, for more first aid. Cool. And what I do, because it's really hard for first aid, okay, because I have a legal background as well of the stuff I do in the hospital, so I have to be very careful what I put online. But what my thing is teaching you guys how you can teach your young people. All right, so I'm not there. I can't teach you first aid. I can't do that. But what I can do is teach you tips and tricks on how you can pass on the knowledge to your young people, or we can do out scenarios and how you would deal with a stabbing or something like that, or how you could set up scenarios. So I can't actually teach you first aid, but I can help you do something. Yeah, does that make sense? You were saying something about Lehman Scouts. This is what happens. I get distracted. Yes, I'm no longer the good. Well, I might not be a scout leader anymore. Let's put it out there. End of the year, maybe beginning of 2023, I might not no longer be a scout leader. All right, I need to stop commenting. Otherwise, I'm never going to get this out about me not being a scout leader anymore. But this is only in the UK. All right. So what I'm about to say there's no relevance if you're watching in Canada, America, Canada, wherever you're tuning in. Only in the UK, we might not be scout leaders anymore. I don't know if you've seen this, guys, that the Gilwell reunion have put out this kind of I can't say the word today. I'm getting tired. But changing our titles. Okay, so we'll be the scout leader team. I'll still be a group scout leader as GSL, but if you're assistant scout leader, you'll be known as the scout leader team or the lead volunteer. And it's all about simplifying who we are and our values as scouts. And this is only, as I say, if you're in Scouts UK. My big thing, guys, is you have to take part. Okay, you have to take part in these polls and these emails that are going around from Gilwell HQ about changing your title. Okay, if you go to scouts.org.uk, this is all about them changing our reasons why they want to change the name and what they're going to change it to. What's this one? So the proposed section, here we are. Let's show you. Let's see if we can show you this screen. This is all out there, guys. Let's see. Is it this one? I think this is the one. So yeah, purpose of the section. Where are we? I'm trying to find where it is. I can't find it. I did have it, but I can't find it. But yeah, they're thinking about changing our roles names to volunteers, and we'll be a lead volunteer or a member of the Beaver team. So you won't be a scout leader as such. Thoughts? Don't tell me. You've got to tell Gilwell Park. Okay, there's loads of things. If you go on first Facebook, search for that, and there's links to that, or go on Gilwell on scout.org.uk. Go on that. Harold, you will be a scout leader, but not working directly with the youth or an adult volunteer like over here. Us old folks still call ourselves a leader. Yeah, Harold, it's a bit like everything, isn't it? When change happens and titles happen, and for me, it sounds very corporate. What they want to call us. I would rather stay as a scout leader rather than a lead volunteer member. Like, we're scouts, and those out there, the general public, know us as scout leaders or a cub leader or a beaver leader. Okay, then we get into all this thing of a GSL assistant scout leader and section assistant. That gets all very complicated. I get that. I don't know. PC, absolutely. It is BS. Totally agree with you. We too had to change, massive loss. Julian, is that the same in Australia that you guys have changed as well? I know in Canada they're scouters. They call themselves scouters now. I only officially changed my role last month. And Jim, if it goes ahead, which it hasn't, there's lots of rumors going around to say it's officially been done, and Gilwell were just doing the rounds to ask us. Inside knowledge says it's not been agreed. But if you don't voice your opinion, then you can't moan. You know what I mean? It's like when we go polling and oh, you guys voted for Conservative, but did you vote? No. Well, in my opinion, you can't moan about it. So shut up. So you should voice your opinion to Gilwell Park. Still leaders in America. Nice. That's good to hear. So yeah, as of the year, I may no longer be a scout leader. Hey ho. What is the time now? It's coming up to we got literally 3 or 4 minutes before I have to go. Getting lots of emails coming in on my phone. People agreeing with my rant. Love it. Guys, before we go, let's just answer my ticker tape down here. I want to know, where does everyone scout? Young leaders looks good on a CV. Absolutely. If you've got your young leader belt showing commitment, it's good for your volunteering and stuff like that as well. But guys, I really want to know, where do you all scout? You can't change a trainer or instructor. No, that's true. Yes. Right, guys, answer my question. Where do you all scout? I want to know. Where do you all scout? Where do you all scout? I want to make a little map of where everyone scouts. Where do you all scout? Come on, guys. I just want to make. I can't spell tonight. That's it. Where do you all scout? Let's find out. Let's do a quick. Cool. I am independent scout, and we are Rover Scouts. Nice. Rogers, my county G, Great London Middlesex West. We've got Mandy tuning in from Reading. Mandy, hey, how you doing? Lovely to see you. Julian tuning in from Melbourne. Felicity in Farnborough, not far from me actually. Farnborough. I love Birdwell. I haven't been for Birdwell for a while. Jim is in Dorset. Nice. Somerset. We have got Matt in North Devon. Scouting Hearts, mostly Fezzlewood. Lovely. Carol's tuning in from Scotland. Dan is tuning in from Essex. Harold. Dominic is in Ashford and Kent. Harold is tuning in from Canada, Ontario. Claire's tuning in from Arrow District. How do you say that? Council area council, Lesville, Louisiana. Lovely. Lloyd is tuning in from the UK, Hertfordshire. Dominic is from Ashford. Justin's tuning in from Warrington. Alan is from West Sussex. David tuning in from Claydon and Suffolk. James is not a leader, but an explorer in Greenwich District. Do you speak English? Love it. And Robert is Anglesey. Any more people? Love it. Awesome. So there's a massive lot of people tuning in. Right. It is 7:10. I gotta go. I gotta just go and speak to some Beaver leaders before they finish. They're finishing in a few minutes. It's been great to chat to you guys. No incidents tonight. Derek's tuning in from North London. Hey David, how you doing, man? Derek, why did I say David? Derek. Good to see you guys. I will be back next Thursday from 6:30. Whatever you're doing, stay tuned. Be good. Wash your hands. Keep clean. That has got to be the first time I've been called James. But your name's James. Caden James Arthur. Yay. You got to answer. You got to tell me why your name's not James, even though it says James in your thing. Let me know. You got like literally 30 seconds to tell me before I have to dash and go and see these beaver leaders. But I'm actually looking forward to Scouts tonight because I got 2 ex-Scouts who are young leaders. They went off university and they're coming back to hopefully sign up as scouts, scout leaders. That'd be quite cool. Normally just Caden. Oh, we get called everything. We get called everything. Good night, Mark. Glad to know you're still being scouting. Yes, it's called clickbait. Clickbait to tell you that I'm no longer going to be a scout leader anymore. James is my middle name, not often used. I'll call you James. Why not? Caden, have a great one, mate. And I will see you all next Thursday from 6:30. Whatever you do, guys, stay safe and have a great week. And yeah, laters, potatoes.